So, what do our phones and laptops have to do with elephants? It sounds a little strange, right? But believe it or not, the connection reveals a massive crisis that's unfolding right under our noses, hidden within the gadgets we use every single day.
Get this. In 2023 alone, Nepal generated a staggering 42,000 tons of electronic waste. I mean, it's a number so huge, it's almost impossible to even picture. So what does that much waste actually look like?
Imagine 7,000 elephants. That's it. That's the weight. The sheer physical mass of discarded electronics produced right here in just 1 year. And look, this isn't just some clever metaphor. It's a very, very real and heavy problem.
And that really brings us to the critical question, doesn't it? When we throw away a phone or a computer, it doesn't just vanish into thin air. It has to go somewhere. So where is that somewhere?
Well, it turns out the destination of all this e-waste is the heart of the crisis. This is where our story takes a pretty dark turn, from a problem of scale to a problem of actual poison.
And this chart, wow, it reveals a massive gap in how we're managing our e-waste. A staggering 95% of it is handled by the informal sector. That means only a tiny, tiny fraction ever makes it into a proper, certified recycling facility.
So, what does informal sector really mean in this context? It means this. Our old electronics are literally being dumped directly into rivers or burned in open pits to extract these tiny amounts of valuable metal. It's a completely uncontrolled, hazardous process, and it's happening all around us.
And this process releases a whole cocktail of toxins. We're talking lead, mercury, cadmium. And these aren't just names on a periodic table. They are highly toxic heavy metals that seep into our groundwater and into our soil, poisoning our environment for generations to come.
Okay, but what if we've been looking at this all wrong? What if this toxic problem is actually a massive opportunity just waiting in disguise? What if all this waste isn't actually waste at all?
This statement right here is at the center of a really revolutionary idea. The millions of devices we discard every year are in fact one of the richest sources of precious metals and raw materials on the entire planet.
This process is called urban mining, and it's the science of safely and efficiently extracting those valuable materials from our old tech. So instead of digging into the earth for new resources, we can mine the urban ore that's just sitting in our drawers and closets.
And just consider the hidden value here. This is incredible. A single ton of smartphone circuit boards can contain up to 100 times more gold than a ton of traditionally mined gold ore. We are literally throwing away a gold mine.
So how do we actually tap into this urban mine? Moving from a toxic problem to a valuable resource, well, that doesn't just happen by accident. It requires a strategic plan and a whole new way of thinking about the life cycle of our products.
This is the blueprint. But notice something really important here. Recycling or urban mining is actually the last resort. The most sustainable path is to keep devices in use for as long as possible through repair, refurbishment, and reuse, which dramatically reduces the amount of waste we generate in the first place.
A key policy to make this happen is called Extended Producer Responsibility, or EPR for short. And honestly, it's a total game changer. It means the company that made your phone is legally and financially responsible for what happens to it at the end of its life. Just think about how this kind of policy reshapes everything. If a company has to pay for recycling, you can bet they'll start designing products that are way easier and cheaper to take apart and process. It forces sustainability right from the drawing board.
So what's on the horizon? Well, this journey from just managing waste to actually leading a circular economy is being driven by some incredible new strategies and technologies.
This timeline really shows the path forward. It all starts with the foundation, building a certified compliance system. From there, it moves into specializing in material recovery, then leading on circular economy strategy, and finally, pushing the boundaries with cutting-edge innovation.
And this is exactly where the future is heading. I mean, imagine AI-powered robots that can sort complex e-waste with unbelievable precision, or specialized facilities that can safely handle the coming wave of electric vehicle batteries. And this isn't science fiction, it's the next frontier.
So we come right back to this. Those 7,000 elephants worth of e-waste can either continue to poison our land and our water, or they can become the foundation for a new, sustainable industry. The technology exists, the blueprint is there. The choice is ours to make.